How you doing, guys? Welcome to the show. I'm not going to stay much on Arsenal because, to be honest with you, we've laughed enough, and at this point in time, I think we've laughed at them the whole day yesterday. We trolled them on Twitter, but I just wanted to why I touched on. I'm gonna just touch a bit on Arsenal, then we can move on to the City news because I have a lot of stuff to talk about on City, especially about City's forgotten players, players who've been forgotten. That's how I feel that some players in this team seem to have been forgotten. You can also see the article that just came out today from Norway. The manager says Oscar Bob is not injured. He was just left in reserves. That's another tricky thing to hear about. Then we're going to talk about KDB. He's got a lot of moves right now. First of all, those rumors that he's moving to Liverpool, and now there's rumors that he's moving to Napoli, and then those rumors he's moving to Chicago Fire. So we'll find out exactly where he's going. Then we'll talk about Southampton and Man City. So we're not going to stick on Arsenal a lot. I think we already had a video yesterday. If you want to check it out, we laughed at Arsenal. We were all happy. We celebrated, and I just wanted to touch upon obviously the UCL in general, with the fine of Inter versus PSG. Just a thought of how we're going to win. But before we start the show, I'm going to just bring in my co-host for the show, and then we'll start.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Okay, there we go. So welcome. I was just saying on the Arsenal, we're not going to stick too much because I think we have laughed enough. I think there's a point in time I have 160 memes in my phone. I had to delete them because they were all just Arsenal. So we're just going to slowly just glaze on top of the Arsenal issue. So how are you this morning? Have you recovered from laughing at Arsenal? Or you're still doing it?
I had a very good stream with Judge Mo where we got to rip on them a bit more. No Arsenal fans showed up until halfway through the stream, so they missed all the good cooking. Typical. They all disappear when they lose, but they're the first ones there when they win. So classic.
Wait, you had no Arsenal rep on the Judge Mo show? I thought there's an Arsenal rep there.
Yeah, she had to work, so I guess she told us in advance that she was working, so she had like a built-in excuse.
Now, because I saw,
she's good. Big up Jess.
I saw on the graphic, so I'm just judging from the graphic. Because when I was looking at the graphic, I was like, okay, there's an Arsenal rep. Josh Rich says, big up Patrick every time. If KDB moves to Liverpool, is that to me that is true? People
I don't
get
think
so
he's going to
off.
Liverpool. They're not going to pay him what he wants.
Yeah, say big up Kels as well. Big up the panel. Big up Patrick and Kel. How you doing, man? Coutinho. By the way, Coutinho, the link is in the group. By the way, Coutinho, I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're well. Can you guys see my comment? The chat too. Yeah, we can see your comment. We can definitely see your comment. I even have your comment here. I had to go and unleash a few people from bans. I see there's a lot of people who banned. So the mods have to take it easy. I got banned myself yesterday, funny enough, for making a joke about birds. I was disappointed. I was like, that's rubbish. And I think I know
that bad. I don't even remember what you said, but I glanced at it and I was like, what? And then after I got timed out. I was like, for what?
I know, and I have a feel I know who the mods were. Anyway, big up to you, Coutinho, man. How you doing?
Big up. I'm not bad. I'm glad Arsenal are out. I called into I think it was an African-based YouTube channel. It was called, I don't know if it's called the 90s Babies. It's mostly like they talk about all sorts.
I've never seen that.
They got 125, so I called it. You have to call in. They put the phone number and I called in and I said, I said, you Arsenal fans are unbearable. And I said, you have to get rid of Arteta. And this is not even me trolling. If you guys were a serious club, get rid of him. But yeah, Arsenal fans deserve this, man. And I can't lie, I'm happy for PSG. I don't really hate PSG. And I'm happy. I trolled HH last night and I said, hold that, because I want PSG to badly win this. I don't want Footy Judgment to win this because I think he's more of an Arsenal fan than an Inter Milan fan. So he doesn't deserve to celebrate this whatsoever because he's a grifter. Like he comes from the grifting school of Mark Scumbridge, aka Brent Desair, and man like Terry. He comes from the grifting school. They're both top grifters, man. Top grifters. The pair of them. Top grifters.
Well, there's an omen. The last time Inter were in a Champions League final, a club owned by an oil nation was going for a treble, and we know how that turned out last time.
Yeah, exactly. So
same scenario this time, and they're
Yeah,
going
but
to
don't-
the Champions
aka
League
God-
too. So imagine PSG win a treble and not just a treble, but a Champions League with it right when Kylian Mbappe leaves.
exactly.
That would be so funny.
Yeah, but don't
I like-
forget. Remember, they said that when you reach the final and reach it again for the second time in a row or the third time, you end up winning it. Remember, there's this
Mo is
thing,
nervous. He says the PSG midfield is way too technical.
Yeah, because they
And
got a
you know,
team of
we've been
grand.
bitching about uncles, or I've been bitching about the uncles in our midfield.
Yes.
They're rolling
but
out
however,
it's
it's
Mkhitaryan as a starter.
Kel, the difference is there's a different context. We have so many grandfathers, and we play with a high line. That's the problem. We play with a high line. They don't play with a high line. Let's be honest with Inter Milan. We look disjointed. We look disjointed. We're a whole different story, in my opinion. So
Yeah, but you can't say
Chelsea's
that
grandpa
City
should be in the back line, too.
you can't say City have got a lot of grandpas. Continue. Inter has got a lot on that order. There's
Yes.
37, 36, 36, 36, 36, 35.
37.
But I get where you're coming from.
Penalagu is 31.
Yeah, they play a very
No counts as a grandpa on
conservative
our
way.
team.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says KDB looks like he's going to Napoli.
But 31
Like, it
is
looks-
like that's the speed for Serie A. So these links about Kev going to Napoli, I'm like, I think he'll do well in Italy.
It's a slower league.
Slower
It's slower
league,
league.
and he doesn't have the physicality and the stamina anymore.
I can't lie. I wish he was going Juventus because I like Juventus, but hey ho, he's going Napoli.
They
And
got Weston
go
McKennie.
get
They
yourself
got
a
room for
Scudetto.
KDB.
Go, because I'm telling you this: if Napoli will win the Scudetto this season, if they get KDB, they'll win it again. They'll win it again. They'll get back to back.
They could make a Champions League run too with KDB.
I think they'll get wins. I
That
think
could
they'll make
push them
that
into a
back to back.
serious contender for Champions League.
Conte knows how to get more out of these grandfathers. So yeah, good luck to him, man. I wish him all the best. Even though I prefer Juventus to win the Scudetto, but yeah, all the best.
don't
Jeff
have a
Fresh,
team in Serie A.
if you're asking about KDB, that's all over Twitter. So the news is all over Twitter about Napoli. Unless you're
We've
asking
been told
anything
any
else.
news. No, I don't know anybody. I
Yeah,
don't know anything, man.
Are you
I have
sure
no
you don't know?
connections.
You don't know any chefs at the Etihad,
No,
you know?
no chefs
Some-
at the CFA.
Somebody told you something. By the way,
Go on a
continue.
stadium tour, and I'll become friends with the chefs.
Continue.
Yeah.
I got banned yesterday from my channel chat because I made a joke
Why?
about birds. Because I made a joke about birds. I was like, oh, I know somebody who cooks at the Etihad and his birds is coming. And I got banned for that. That was just an agenda. I'm trying to find who it is. What an
Yeah.
agenda. Yeah. Nobody banned you. I don't think anybody banned you, by the way. That's what I'm saying. I keep telling the mods, don't just put people in timeout for no reason. I also the same happened to me. It looks like mods are everywhere acting freaky. Maybe I have different opinions, but I don't go far. No, I don't think you're right here. You haven't been banned. Why is he talking about banned? If you were banned, your comments wouldn't be here.
Yeah, you wouldn't be. We wouldn't see your comments if you were banned. So you're unbanned.
MCFC, okay, burn Morgan Gibbs White.
Oh,
Lewis Kelly got humbled. Yeah, Conway.
yeah.
Conway, looks like yesterday the Lewis Kelly hype died because the way he got skinned and then he got hooked.
He looked like he was scared before the game. Like that look on his face during the lineup. Dude, he looked like he was shitting his pants.
Nah, listen, big up, man. Big up, everyone. Skelly, man. Yeah, he had a horrible game. I think in the first half he looked shaky, but obviously...
Or smelly, as they're calling him in the streets.
No, that's crazy. I
don't know.
Actually, you know, man, I actually rate him as a player, man. I think he's very good. He's very physical for his young age as well, man. But obviously, this is his first season and that, so... But yeah, the lights were too bright for him last night, man. It happens, man. You're 18 playing in the semi-final of a Champions League, especially at a hostile stadium like the one PSG have. It's crazy, man. So, I'm not surprised that happened to him. I think instead of looking at Lewis Kelly, there's a lot more experienced Arsenal players within that team that, you know, guys need to crash it on. The likes of Saliba, who they call world class. I'm hearing Declan Rice is world class. Bukayo Saka is world class. Like, bro, Arsenal fans don't have no shame in it. Calling these players world class when they have no trophy to show for it is insane, bro.
Well, they did
Since
say that if they beat PSG and go to the final, they will dub this player as world class. That's what they
yeah,
say.
but you
They
have
already
to
called
win the
them world
final, though.
class, and none of them are.
You have to win the final. Like, even if you get to the final, if you lose it don't mean nothing. Like, that's what they was telling us when we lost to Chelsea a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? We got to our first ever Champions League final, but what did it mean? It meant nothing because we didn't win.
They can't even get to a final. They can't even get to a Carabao Cup final.
Oh, this is
Or
like
an FA Cup final. Like that group of players is like they've
this is
accomplished
like
nothing.
it's a mentality thing with the Arsenal players and their managers. This is 5 seasons in a row where they can't even win a single trophy. Like, this is mad, man. It's crazy. You know, Leicester have won a trophy more recently than Arsenal, and they're getting relegated. Leicester City, because they won the FA
They
Cup
won
a
a
couple
Premier
years ago.
League sooner.
No, they won the FA Cup a couple years ago.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, with Brendan Rodgers, remember? With Rodgers.
Yeah.
They won the FA
I
Cup.
think,
They won the FA Cup
Arteta
in
actually
2021.
won one more recently than Leicester did. Because didn't they? No.
Leicester beat Chelsea in the final.
Oh yeah,
Remember,
that's right.
remember that
My ears.
Tielemans goal. Remember that Tielemans goal because it was just, I think there was no stadium, there's no fans at Wembley. 2021. That's
Okay. So then
they've
Arteta
won.
won in what? 1920.
They've won a trophy more recently than Arsenal, and they're about to get relegated. But this is why, like, I can't respect any of these Arsenal players, and I can't take their fans seriously when they call set man of their squad world class. Like, I look at you like you're mad. How does that make any sense?
Especially Odegaard, man.
Conway, why are you
they have to be
surprised?
embarrassed
Arsenal
about
fans are the
Odegaard.
stupidest fan base in England.
Adam, I'm not trying to hear it, but you said Arsenal were going to win last night.
Oh yeah, I remember that in the chat. Who was it?
Look at Adam trying to crash on Arsenal now. You said Arsenal were going to win last night, but what's going on there?
I'm exposing.
What did I do?
This guy was glazing them. Yeah, you were glazing that they're gonna win. Look at this guy. This
I've
guy
actually
is
got the biggest fraud.
you're
When have I
fraud.
ever listen? Bring evidence. This is why I say you and Conway are two biggest frauds. You put allegations on my name, but there's no evidence.
It's on the chat. It's on the chat.
Hey, listen, I'm not. Hey, you know what I like. I'm not P Diddy. Yeah. Listen. You man are just saying allegations on me, but there's no proof.
It says I love Serie A in general. I'd love to see KDB in Napoli. KDB, yeah, that'd be a good move.
Sky Blue.
Yeah, how you doing, Montali, man? He is a kid, guys. It doesn't matter. He's been put on a pedestal, so we're gonna dunk on him. Yamal was being dunked on the 17. Hi, Pardon Kels, the truth tellers. Big up to you. London was quiet today. Yeah, it must be quiet, man. They're crying. Imagine them going to work. But anyway,
no, you know what I did? Hey, I drove down. What was it? Finsbury Park, past the stadium, and I blasted that music out loud just to piss them off. The Champions League anthem. I'm surprised I didn't get something dashed him at me or at my car.
Yeah, that's
also,
the thing.
I found factual evidence. It wasn't Adam who said Arsenal. It was Calvino. So he's the fraud, not Adam.
See? Hey, you now see why me and Kels
Adam
are friends.
messaged me privately saying Arsenal going to win it.
No. You see, look, you see, in this work environment, the only friend I have in this working environment is Kels.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
I don't want to dox Calvino, so I'm not going to show it on live.
This is the working environment that I have to put up with. Two frauds, Conway and Patrick.
I'm not. By the way, this is just me. I'm not going to sit down. I repeat, I'm not going to sit. Yeah, I'm not going to sit down and watch Spurs and United. I'm sorry. I'm going to put in a. I'm going to put on a
series.
He's
going to watch Chelsea instead.
Nah. Chelsea also stink.
Nah, to be honest with you, I'll actually watch the Spurs game. I just want Spurs to go. Nah, purely why I would watch Spurs, yeah. I want Spurs to win it, so that way I can take the piss out of Arsenal fans.
Yeah,
I need this Tottenham Europa League more than you can imagine, man.
You need it more. I even need it more than the FA Cup winning. I need them to just win it. Say he was also a kid when he mocked Haaland. That is true, and he shouted "Vamos" at Madrid fans. Keep the same energy. This is what I'm saying. When you go after this kid,
was too big for him yesterday.
I know, and when you go after when some of these kids like Smelly, when he does what he did with after the City and the Madrid thing, when you go after him now, they say, "Oh, he's a kid," but was he not a kid when he was doing the Haaland signature move? So please, big up everybody. Stand up then. I'm watching Spurs. I need Spurs to win the whole thing. Now I
I think
want
it would be
Spurs to win the
nice.
Europa and have a parade. Yeah, I hope to have a parade. So anyway, let's move on from that. Anyway, let's move on to the city's
Nah, you
forgotten
know, I'll be
players.
shameless. If
Yeah,
Spurs
go
win
ahead.
that Europa League, yeah, since they're not far from me, they're not far from where I live. You know, I might just drive down and just join them in the celebration, just to piss off Arsenal fans.
Can I ask you something? Did you
Full on
drive to the
expressions.
treble parade?
I wasn't even in the country, you fraud.
Exactly. Then shut up. Anyway, because this guy is a
Hey,
fraud.
you're an idiot.
You left the country, didn't you? Okay, so city's forgotten players. So I'll start with Conway. So Conway, we've been watching City, and I want you to maybe give me an answer. There's certain players that seem to and I don't know if you've just seen the article by the Norway coach saying
Yeah.
Oscar Bob was not injured. So I don't know what drama he wants to start there. I don't know if Oscar Bob's camp is also talking to the manager. But what do you think of Nico Gonzalez, Kusanov, and Victor, and players like that that seem to? Yes, I know they came in January, and I know that it's difficult, but they don't even get 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and these are the guys who are supposed to be the future. What do you think of these so-called forgotten players? We've obviously Foden, we know what's going on with Foden, so we're going to just leave him on the side. But what do you think of these three players? Do you think as a fan base we are overreacting? They need time, or you're like, you know what? They do deserve like a 10-minute cameo, 5-minute cameo if we're winning. Or it's too
Yeah.
important at this point in
Yeah.
time. What's your thought?
Yeah, no, it's a good topic. I think with regards to the three signings that we made in January, obviously Mamouche is playing, so we're not going to talk about him. Nico G, he did have a couple starts initially when we signed him in February and whatnot. We started him at the Bernabeu when we tried to claw back something against Madrid. Funny enough, the only goal he scored was at the Bernabeu, which is crazy. And
That was just a
since,
charity goal. That didn't really
yeah,
count.
yeah. So
It's like a
he's
consolation
had
at the end of a dismal campaign.
yeah, he's had a couple cameos here and there over the past couple games. Kusanov, he won Player of the Month. Kusanov won Player of the Month, and Pep said, "You know what? Take that award home, and you're gonna hold that award because you're not gonna see the pitch again." This is crazy to me, man.
No, but no,
But I
Conway.
understand it.
No,
Let me
but
just say
Kusanov
this.
has
Adam, one
been a
second,
bit
bro.
rational. I can somewhat
Wait,
say,
Adam, one second, though. I understand. Even Vitesse, I understand. What's it called? Because he played against Leighton Orient. I think that's that was his last appearance for Vitesse. I
No,
understand.
he came out to a Premier League game for like 2 minutes. Like it was in
Yeah,
stop. It was like a stoppage time
I,
sub. I think it was
I've even forgotten.
the Newcastle 4-0. It was a really game we had by.
I don't even think
Yeah.
anybody remembers that, to be honest. Go ahead, Conor.
I do.
I've even forgotten that 2 minutes that Vitesse came
Because
on.
you're taking notes, sorry, Conor. Because you're taking notes so that you can come back with receipts. She actually remembers the forgotten player minutes.
Yeah, I'll look it up, man.
But you know, I was gonna say this though. I think Pep, yeah, with this new sort of formation, with especially with how O'Reilly and Nunes are required, with how Pep's trying to play over the past couple of games, and as a result of Pep doing what he's doing now, we've gone on a nice little win streak. I understand why he doesn't want to disrupt the current set of players that he needs for that formation to work. If you got guys like Kusanov coming into the pitch, that means Diaz and Vardy, who have been brilliant as a partnership, who are you going to drop to bring on Kusanov? Like, obviously, right now, I understand the fan base wants to see the new plays that we made, but we only have 4 games left till the season comes to an end, and we want to finish on the Premier League table on a high, confirm Champions League qualification, and we have a final to play for. So I think these players that you mentioned, Patrick, the Nico G's of the world, Kusanov, Victor Hayes, you're going to see them play every single game in the Club World Cup. They will be starting. And the likes of Vardy and Diaz will be on the bench and stuff like that. I don't see Pep
I don't know.
going
Vardy
to
only
America and
just
actually playing these guys. Because I think all the guys that people want to see play minutes, the likes of Echeverry as well, who's another forgotten player, you're going to see all of them get significant minutes in America. So I think now guys need to calm down, because every game from now until the end of the season is a must win. Until we confirm Champions League qualification, it's a must win. And plus, we have to go to Wembley again, and that's a must win. So I'm not getting onto Pep for not playing these guys. I really can't do that at the moment because we're winning games right now. But in America, if he doesn't play them, then it becomes another conversation, because that's when I'll be like, yo, what's going on. But he should
Hey,
play
what
them,
about
and I think he
Nunes?
will play them.
Nunes is starting. The
Nunes is the right back.
problem's
Nunes
always
is the right
been there's
back.
too many players in front of these new guys. The only one I'm griping about is Nico G, because I think in some of these games it's clear that we need a bigger body in the midfield. Like that Wolves game, we needed a DM in that game. They were able, all the old problems came back against the Wolves, because that shape they had, this shape that we're playing did not mesh well.
But
with
what's
the
the name?
shape of the Wolves. Like,
Ape Nori was
we needed
cooking
Nico
us.
in that game, and he didn't play him. That's
But
my only
Ape
gripe.
Nori was fantastic against us.
Yeah.
He was absolutely brilliant.
That's probably why we're trying to sign him.
I don't know if that's true, but we you know that Nori, I think I remember the first time we scouted him, he was coming from France, and I remember he actually came and visited the Etihad. I remember they said, "Oh, Ed Nori has come to visit Etihad," and all of a sudden he signed somewhere else. But to be honest with you, so wait. So Kels, you're saying you do accept the others not starting except Nico Gonzalez?
Well, I think the back line is the one I want to keep the same, just because it's working. But my biggest fear is that Nico had a bad game against Wolves, and he yanked him and put a Kanji in, and I was like, if he does that in the next game, then something's wrong. I know Nico had a bad game and he deserved to be subbed off, and that's fine. But if we do the Southampton game, if he starts with the Kanji and Diaz at center back, I think it's just going to ruin the chemistry that Diaz and Vardiol have established, that has led to a bunch of clean sheets. So I would like to keep the back four the way it is, because that part is working to me. I think you can easily interchange Nico Gonzalez into the midfield, because it's clear that some of these older players don't necessarily have it every game. But Pep gives them like the longest rope of all time. Like, doesn't matter how bad they are, they just play every game. And that's the part that's just frustrating for us fans, is because we see them performing really poorly and they just keep playing. Whereas if a new player makes one mistake, they're gone for a month. Like they just immediately get yanked. And that part is just extremely frustrating. So I would like to see Nico G mixed in there a little bit more. It makes me wonder why we spent 60 million on him. And then honestly, I think he's a big reason the season even turned around, because him in the midfield provided a big body and stopped a lot of these issues we were having. And this formation that Pep has, yeah, it's working against Crystal Palace and Wolves and Everton and whatever. But
did it work though?
If you to this against the Palace in the final, I'm actually quite concerned.
Wait, did it work against Wolves?
To be honest, I think we're going to win that final. Maybe a 2-1 win.
Wait,
but I think we'll win that final.
It worked because we won the game. Everyone's like, "Oh, well, why are you complaining? We won the game. We won the game."
Wait, Patrick, why are you asking that question?
We had a lot of issues.
So what I said that again, Conrad?
Why are you asking that question about did it work, the formation, Pep?
Yeah, the Wolves against Wolves.
Well, no, I'm saying that what people are saying is that it worked because we won the game. They're like, who cares about the performance? Just take the result. I'm like,
but no, to be honest with you, Kelstar, to be honest with you, at this time of the season, honestly, I kind of agree with those guys. Because look, the most important thing is getting the 3 points.
Oh,
yeah, I know
Wait, hang on.
I know that the performance is somewhat say important. I get that, but at the end of the day, if you get the points on the board and you get that Champions League spot, that's the most important thing. And then later on, we can sort that out in the summer. That's my issue at the time of this season.
Let me say this about Wolves. You guys are forgetting, before we played Wolves, they won 7 games in a row in the Premier League. There's no team, not even Liverpool this season in the Premier League, that has summed up those amount of consecutive wins in the Premier League. They have the most consecutive wins in the Premier League before we played Wolves. So we were playing a really, really well-informed Wolves team. So even if they outperformed us in some aspects of that game, we still got the 3 points. And how Pep has set up this team, even because I went Wembley and I watched us beat when we beat Forest. We were magnificent. We were brilliant. We played Forest off the park. They could only rely on Morgan Gibbs-White just shooting and saying inshallah. That's it.
They were close though, isn't it?
Inshallah
was close.
Pep ever since, like, obviously big up to his wife and that. Ever since, like, he's getting back with her. Like, the formation's been on point, man. I can't get onto the gaffer, man.
Okay.
I keep the back four the same. The rest, I'm not as concerned. The rest,
I'd rest Vardy for
Southampton, bro. Like, I would not be afraid to sub some of those people who aren't in the back four. But the back four, I keep the same.
I would bench Vardy for Southampton. He's played a lot of minutes.
For who? A Kanji?
Yes.
I don't know. Kenji, he's just such a
Josko
bozo sometimes.
Vardy, look how many minutes he's played this season. It's crazy. I think he
Yeah,
deserves it.
he shouldn't play in the Club World Cup. He should just. They
But
should
you
just
know
send
the
him
worst thing is now that Akanji is back. The worst thing is now we're gonna end up having seen Gavardia back to left back.
Yeah, I
But
don't
what
want that's gonna wear him out even more because he has to run way too much
that's
as a
the
left
sad
back.
thing is that the sad
That's not
thing is that
good.
look, as much as the sad thing is that it took injuries, for our players to go down and get injured, for us to witness Gavardio as a centre back.
Why does it sound like Hamza's in the background? I don't know why it just sounded that way.
Wait.
My biggest fear from the last few weeks is that this is going to convince Pep that we need to keep a bunch of these players. And people are just thinking about the short term, like, oh, short term, we're winning games and stuff. But these same players are the reason we're in this mess in the first place. Gundo, Bernardo, and Kovacic were our midfield for most of.
Not really Kovacic.
KDB. We were awful, and that's why we
KDB.
lost so many games.
KDB, not
KDB
Kovacic.
didn't play a lot of those games.
Yeah, but when he came on, he stank. He stank.
He missed a lot of those games in the 1-13 run because he was still having health issues. So he didn't play a lot of those games. And I'm nervous. I'm just nervous that that's gonna somehow be like Pep's gonna be like, oh, we have to keep all these guys now. And if they start every game next season, we're gonna be in the same situation. We're gonna have the same problems.
Maybe they will do an Inter where the ankles will rise, say that not a good
Chelsea, then that's for the board and the club. If that's the case, that he wants to keep some of these older players, it's for the board and the club to override his decision.
Not playing, and don't whine about Husanov not playing. The reason they're not playing is because these players are in their way. So pick your battle. You're either you want everyone to stay or you want everyone to leave so that new players get chances.
That's a good point. Says my biggest fear is that Pep will have a dream and do madness with the backline.
Yeah.
Pep seems to hate having backline chemistry. That is true, especially
because keep it the same. Like Nico made a mistake and had a bad game, but let him learn from that. Like, and the Southampton game should be a good opportunity. Like, I don't think they're one of the worst teams in the history of the Premier League points wise. So I don't think they're really going to threaten us that much. So like, just throw him back in there and let him learn from his mistake. And if he struggles again, then you just pull him again.
Yeah, that is true. There's a comment here that says, I love Pep, but how many times have we heard Pep say he plays the players to perform the best? Nonsense this season. That is true. This season he's played certain players that are hard truth. I think we have been luckier than we have been good in the past 6 games where individual brilliance bailed us out, not a whole team like the past.
That was the last season in a nutshell too. Last season we were carried by individual performances. We had these same problems last season. We didn't address them. But the difference was we had Rodri and Foden both having 2 like world-class seasons. And that patched up over a lot of the issues that carried on this year. And then without either of them this year, the whole thing got exposed.
It is. Says at the moment, get it over the line. Says for Middlebos, results matter more. Wasn't you asking for changes as fans, even when you lost them 12 out of 14 games? Yeah, we were. Pep and the misses sign has been super helpful. Yeah, maybe it's just rumors. I haven't seen them together. We should go all in on Rodrigo. That Rodrigo thing is a dream, guys. I think we should stop dreaming about Rodrigo. I think Madrid will never let go of Rodrigo unless they get a top level striker, and maybe they will. But I don't think Rodrigo will ever also want to leave.
But no, to be honest with you, which other guy that I would like to take from Madrid is what's his name, Tchouaméni, or what's the name, Camavinga.
They're not giving you anything.
What's his name?
Valverde for me.
Those are the ones that I want as well.
They're never giving you any of those, man. There's a lack of midfielders in this show.
He's one of the fall guys. Every time something bad happens, they're just like, oh, it's his fault. Him and Rodrigo are both the fall guys for the super team failing, when in reality it's like Vinny who keeps fucking up. And Mbappe.
For me, that was big up to you for the €2, but there's no comment, but that's fine. Thank you very much. And then he says, I don't know what you guys think, but I think we need to keep Kovacic as a squad option next season. I support that. But
do you want him or do you want Nico Gonzalez? Because I think they're kind of.
To be honest with you, for me, I'll get rid of Kovacic. For me, look, if Atletico come in with 30 million, I think we should take that 30 million for Kovacic.
You see the rumor? Is that like a rumor at all? I've never heard that one. I've heard it linked to
Man said 30 for Kovacic in 2025. Okay, cool.
You fool! I just gave it as an example.
Yeah, but at least be real. At least say,
I think the board would take that deal in a heartbeat.
man, 30 you're taking that. We bought him for 25. 30 we're taking that. But you know what? Loki, he's not a bad player, man. Loki, he's been one of our best midfielders, if not our best midfielder this season.
100%, man.
Because
He's
let me
terrible as
ask.
a 6, though.
Okay, let me ask this.
He's good as an 8. He's awful as a 6.
Who's been better than Kovacic's midfielder this season?
They've all been terrible, and that's why we're having a disaster of a season.
But
Out of all
Kovacic's been
the
better.
4 of them that you've mentioned, I would say.
Yeah, but you know the one
Brian
that's
has shown the
pissing
most
me off the
going forward.
most. Yeah.
Wait, did you
I
say
think
De
they've all been
Bruyne?
bad.
You say De
No,
Bruyne?
but no, Patrick. You know which one's no Kovacic? He can stay, but
Brian's
you know the one
given
that's
us
pissing me
moments
off
to
the
give us
most.
hope.
Yeah, is that it's Gundogan. I don't know how this man is still at this club. The man just shipped him
His
to
performance
Turkey.
decently. Gundogan's performances improved a
Honestly
lot next to
speaking, yeah.
Nico Gonzalez.
Honestly speaking, I would pay for Gundogan's ticket to Turkey. Just get
Bro,
him out the club. The man is finished.
Adam, that's disingenuous. So Gundogan has been
No,
okay.
no. I'm
Adam.
sorry, Patrick. Patrick, the only good game that Gundogan has had, yeah, since coming back in a City shirt, yeah, was the only one time, yeah, when Nico G was next to him. Other than that, he has been shit all season.
No, but
Gundogan.
I think Gundogan
you're gonna
improved
go
a
on a
lot
run,
next to
bro.
Nico
Calm down,
Gonzalez because he needs legs next to him, and the other 4 did not, or the other 3 did not provide any legs.
No,
and I
look,
think
don't
they
get
struggled.
it twisted. Look, I'm grateful for what he's done to the club. He's been a great servant and all. But I'm sorry, your time is finished. You can fuck off now.
Chill out, Adam. Chill out.
Yeah, chill out. That's a club legend. That's the
Bro,
chill out, Adam.
chill out.
No, don't get it twisted. I said, oh, I'm grateful for no, Patrick. No, I said I'm grateful for what he's done, but his time at the
Show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show.
That's why, bro.
Cut the show for real, man. Cut the show, man.
No, he's been a great servant, but his time is finished. He had no business coming back to the club.
Wait. Adam, you were one of them who were twerking for him coming back. You, me, and a few people who were twerking for him coming back. Don't lie, Adam.
Look. Another false allegation. Where is the evidence, Patrick?
Adam, why are you lying? Adam.
Patrick, where is the evidence?
I remember when Adam hosted.
Where is the evidence? Look, see?
Adam, you're a spiritual man and you're lying.
See,
Adam,
you and Conway are lying on my name. Where is the evidence?
Well, you hosted a Twitter space saying Gundo's back.
Yes.
Where's the evidence? That's false allegations.
I was there, bro. That's the evidence. I was there. Bro.
Wallahi, I swear to God, that's the false allegation. It was not.
Cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No boys.
Man, you really do have 160 memes lined up, don't you?
Patrick's got it lined up, man.
I know I do, but you know what?
Hey, you see you, man. You man are liars.
Do you know what I'm going to do, Adam? I'm going to go back to the videos. Today, I'm going back to the video. Today, I think I have to expose you. I'm going back to the videos.
How about this? No. Patrick, how about this? Both of us on a show, yeah? And do it there and live where everyone can see.
You know the other thing is, bro.
No, but
a live show where everyone can see.
At the end of the day, everybody was working for Gundo saying he's coming back. And obviously we got blindsided because in that way the club decided to say, okay, we'll give you Gundo. We should all go in. Okay, we should.
It was going to be nothing if we didn't sign Gundo. They were literally going to go with nothing.
I know. Or maybe they were going to panic buy and find a midfielder.
To run Rodri into the ground again. Like they literally signed nobody after he cried for help. And he needed rest. And then, the second game back, he tore his ACL.
I don't understand. It says press R1, then L1, then X.
I think he's referring to a
I think he's referring to the FIFA game or something. Or he's referring to some game.
I don't understand what he's saying. I'm lost. I'm lost.
What's it called?
When you're playing a video game, you got the console thing, and you press certain buttons, and then things.
Yeah, but I don't get what he's referring to, though. What is he referring to?
No, because the Rodrigo comment
in FIFA.
Oh yeah, the Rodrigo. Yeah. People, but Conway, City fans have been twerking for Rodrigo for seasons, and I think I told people it will never happen. It will never happen.
You were right, Patrick. I don't think Real Madrid are ever gonna sell Rodrigo. But I was gonna say this earlier when you was talking about Kovacic being one of our better midfielders. But over the past couple of games, you know who's been bossing it up in midfield? And guys are not giving him credit, bro.
He looks better playing as an 8. Yeah?
No, but you guys know what I'm talking about, innit? The midfielder that's been bossing up in midfield. But
opposite
people don't. Nah, bro, Bernardo Silva.
Oh yeah,
had a
Bernardo
few
Silva
games
as
where they
a
crap for the
deeper
entire
lane
year.
midfielder looks better, doesn't he? Because
You
it's
see what I'm
as
saying
a
over the
winger.
past couple games.
Yeah, it's as a winger that it looks bad, and it's on Pep when he plays him as a winger. We can't blame Silva.
Bernardo
Because
Silva can't get benched right now, bro. He can't. It's impossible.
Nah, he's helping
Bernardo
out. He's
could
helping out.
score like 4 own goals and would not get benched. There is nothing Bernardo can do to
No,
get
but
Yeah,
he's
but
been
wait.
quality. He's been quality over the past couple
Since
games.
since Conway is talking about Bernardo, yeah, are we gonna talk about a certain Portuguese defender for us that has been shit? Yeah, this season.
Oh, come on, Adam.
I'm
Why you
still
lying,
not
bro?
convinced he's healthy.
No. Conway, since you wanna.
You got Patrick bringing out all the memes for you,
No.
Adam. That's how you know.
Hey, listen.
That's how you know you're
No,
in
listen.
trouble,
I'm
Adam.
bringing it up. You wanna bring up Bernardo? Cool.
No.
And I've said Bernardo has not been great this year, but another certain Portuguese man has
agenda
been
right
shit
now.
this
No,
year.
but bro, you
Has
didn't even
been
hear my
horrendous.
Bernardo comment. I was giving him credit. I was saying Bernardo's been
No, that's I'm saying to you, Conway. I understand. I agree with you, and I'm saying to you, you should also bring up a certain Portuguese defender that has been horrendous and shit this year.
bro,
Has been arguably one of our worst defenders this year.
Are you not seeing what Ruben Diaz
What
and Vardy have
defender
been doing
has been
together?
good this season, though? It's been
No, I
complete
get
disaster at the
all of
back
them have
line.
been. No,
We
I
had
get all of
Dusty
them have
Kyle
been bad,
Walker.
but Diaz has been horrendous.
I got double K as well.
This is without a shadow of a doubt Diaz's worst season in a City shirt.
I mean, I think he has struggled a lot this season, but I think his health has been a problem. I think he's played a lot of games he should not have played when he wasn't healthy.
But
and he
okay,
just
wait.
looked awful.
So
He
wait.
got
So what?
He
So
played when he
Kelstar,
shouldn't
what?
have.
The
He
other
should have
players.
told the manager
So
he
wait.
couldn't
So
play.
Kelstar. So is that the excuse? So what? Bernardo hasn't played a lot of games. What? As the other players not played a lot of games?
He didn't get injured like 4 times like Diaz did. Like Diaz,
But
remember he kept missing
but
games. Like
Kelstar, all the other players have played a lot of games.
We had a clean sheet when Diaz was playing against PSG, and as soon as Diaz went out, we gave him 4 goals. So like Diaz has made a difference, but he like I said, he keeps getting injured and he keeps coming back too soon. It's been an issue with the entire back line has been a complete disaster, and that's because of the summertime. I know we don't want to harp on it, but the squad planning this year was just atrocious. And I like I said, I think like I'm not excusing Diaz's performances for playing while injured, but I just don't think you can play at your best when you're injured and coming back too soon. Like he's done like 4 times this season. I'm not convinced he's fully fit right now. Maybe somebody in the chat has some insight on that.
I don't know, man. It's just I'm surprised that this Adam fella is even allowed to be on YouTube. I am very surprised.
What's wrong with Diaz? What's wrong with Diaz?
This Adam fraud says that Diaz hasn't been a great player this
Adam, the biggest fraud.
Man. You want a guy who's won every league since he arrived to be a machine and go every single year? What are we doing here? Huh? A guy's not allowed.
The problem. They keep expecting everyone to be machines, and they're not.
It's people, man. We're not serious. We still got children sometimes.
He was also complaining about Gundogan. Says Gundogan has
no, Gundogan should not come back. I mean, to be fair, I thought.
Yeah, but he says he's not playing well. But Gundogan has played well in few games.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is that when you look at Paris Saint-Germain last night, that tells you what we need in the midfield. That's our midfield. That should have been our midfield, right? That should have been our midfield. That energy, dynamism, that Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, and Joao Neves. That's the midfield.
Nah, but Vitinha, bro, Vitinha, wow.
Yeah, that should have been the midfield, and it was the Wolves. But it is what it is.
Did you see corner what Vitinha did or that corner? What was it?
Yeah,
oh my,
yeah.
He cooked them, you know. That was
He's
cooking.
such a skillful midfielder, man. He literally controls.
You know the funny thing about that game. If you go watch that game, right? I know that many people talk about control. Right, the first 15 minutes, Paris were creaking. They survived. Once they survived those 15 minutes, I knew they were going to win. I knew it, and they knew they were going to win because they now asserted their control, and their control wasn't I passed the ball a million times to nowhere with no purpose just because I'm scared of your transitions. Their control was we're going to play in tight spots in the middle versus your 3-4. We're going to keep the ball and then we're going to push forward. That's what they did. That's what they did. It was control with dynamism and directness. That's what we used to be. That's what we should go back to. Not this 100 million player who thinks he can control the ball as a winger. Look at Maradona yesterday. Every moment he had the ball, he was a threat. They were scared of him. They were shitting bricks of him.
You know that player, Carl. My God, I think I know what people say. I'm getting like I love Yamal. Yamal like is a baller, but Carl, that guy, whatever his name is, that guy is so good. Like the guy is so, and he's such a problem and a pest for you because he tracks back. But when he tracks back and gets the ball, he will dribble you. He just doesn't hoof the ball. Like
he was all
baller.
over the place, man.
Yeah, why?
Are you talking about Yamal or Kvaratskhelia?
You see with Kvaratskhelia, yeah, PSG got him for like 60 mil, bro. What were we doing in January?
How did we do that?
What were we doing in January, bro?
But no, Conway, you say that twat at Napoli, the owner, he was never gonna sell it for 60 million to us.
Desperate. That's why they were. That's why they were almost.
No, but Patrick, we all know how that twat is. The owner.
I'm telling you, Adam. Do you know where Fabian? Do you know where Fabian was leased for less even?
Adam, Fabian. The same owner sold to Paris Saint-Germain. That's the league. The owner.
Sold Fabian. He sold Fabian.
I can't refuse.
Yeah.
You spent 100 million on somebody else now. What are you doing?
Man, Conor, we should have dropped 100 on that guy when he was 100. Like, my God.
I'm not saying drop 100 on the guy,
but which one?
For me, what when I watch that midfield,
is it what's his name? What is it?
Kvaratskhelia, whatever.
I think that guy, if he continues where he's going, my God.
When I watch that midfield three, let's be clear.
Virginia, Fabian.
Let's be clear. These guys beat City, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
We forgot Villa as well.
We Premier League is the this or that. They dominated all those teams.
Did you hear the comment, Carl? Nick says, we're farmers, and he laughed.
You know, so-called farmers. They dominated all those four teams. The cream of the crop, so we say. Destroyed them. And they didn't try to control the ball or park the bus. I'm going to control the ball with 1,000 million passes to nowhere. They played with dynamism, with energy, with balance, with control, all the things that we want. So what are we saying now?
You got to give a lot of credit to Luis Enrique, man.
Thank you. There we go.
Man, I love that manager, man. I love that manager. And okay, just for the sake of your request. There. I gave you what you wanted. You asked for it. But anyway, so I don't know, man. I'm just... So we're talking about forgotten players, Carl. We're just talking about Nico Gonzalez. We're talking about Victor. We're talking about Kusanov. We're just talking about like even the news that came in today. Yeah, just Marketing is not forgotten. He's had his opportunity. So Carl, did you see the news that the Norway manager said Oscar Bob is not injured, but he's just been left in reserves?
Nothing surprises me, mate. Just nothing surprises me.
Yeah, so it shows that because our manager told us he's injured, and the Norway manager says he's not injured.
Who knows? Who knows what the truth is? But nothing surprises me. Remember the space that the big argument about. You go buy 4 players in January, and we don't play them. Let me ask you this: you think if Paris Saint-Germain go and buy a player in January, they're not going to use him? Right? What was the turnaround, Patrick? Because Paris Saint-Germain were below us in the Champions League during the group stage. Yeah, right before the January window. What was the turnaround that got them higher up the league, beating us, and now in the final? They bought players in January.
He just changed.
They bought players in January, Patrick. They bought players in January, ready to go to get them to high up the league.
Yeah, because Kvaratskhelia couldn't play against us because, like, I think the timing. Like he couldn't. It was like outside of the Champions League time to play. But then he just walked into PSG's starting lineup, and I don't think he's been out of it since.
But Kakao is trying to say that
Marmoush is only playing because Haaland was injured.
Yeah, but he's saying that PSG also bought players like us, but we haven't managed to turn it around.
Barcola is playing. Barcola, how old is he? 18, 19, 21?
I think he's at 18. I think check.
Do it 18, 19, 21.
Due is 18.
We'd rather use 30-year-old Gundogan.
Barcola is 22.
34.
Okay.
Due is 18, I think so, yeah.
I'm just asking.
I think, bro,
generally speaking, that's what I say. How does it make sense? Okay, yeah, I understand. You allowed Gundogan, you let KDB go. But then, why is it that you kept Gundogan. Gundogan has no business. I'm sorry. He has no business remaining at this club.
Yeah, but whose fault is
Well,
it?
they're
It's not
getting rid of
Gundogan's fault.
Kev because he doesn't have a contract at the end of this season.
No, I
He's,
get
he's,
that.
he's the only one you can get rid of like cleanly.
No, but no, Kelster, I get that.
Gundo triggered. Gundo had something in his contract that if he played a certain number of games, he would
But so
automatically
what?
get a contract renewal, and then he had
For
to play
me, I
every game because Roger
would,
got
no,
injured.
for me personally,
If
I would
Roger
ship him.
got injured, Gundo might not have played all these games,
No,
and he
to
might
be
be
honest with
leaving
you,
too.
Kelster, I still stick by what I said. I will ship Gundogan to Turkey, Saudi Arabia, whether it's the Russian league, whether it's the
Yeah, but
Malawian.
I think
yeah,
you
No,
can't
wait.
just legally
Even
tear up
no,
like a legally
Kelster,
binding document.
Kelster.
Like, he is
Even
a
if it's the
binding document.
Malawian
Like,
league,
we have to
I'll
pay
ship.
him the money.
Look,
We can't
if
just
me and
destroy the
Patrick,
contract because you don't like him.
Kelster, if me and Patrick have to pay to ship Gundogan to the Malawian league, we'll ship him there. Just
yeah,
get this man out the club.
but Adam, that's not his fault though. That's the club's fault for putting that clause and
Yeah,
then
that's
kept
what I
your
said to you,
player.
Patrick.
The club put
No,
that in
no,
his contract,
Patrick.
and you can't just
No,
like
Patrick. I understand, and
disregard
that's
a
what I said.
contract.
Everybody,
On,
Adam. All
no,
this
no,
shipping
no,
to
Patrick. I understand that. That on that part is stupidity from the club.
Yeah, that's what Cow
but
has
that's
been
not
trying to
Gundo's
advise you,
fault.
that there's been mistakes by the club and it's not the player's fault. I mean, you've been listening all season.
Adam, if you are Gundogan and they come to you and say, we know Barcelona don't want you again, you know that you struggle at Barcelona, come and join us again, we'll give you salary, 2-year contract. What are you going to say no? No, take
He's
it
getting
now.
like 15 million. No one's turning that down.
Yeah,
He's
take it
not.
now.
He's one of the highest earners, and this guy thinks he's gonna say no.
He's
And
on
then
like
they say,
$230 a week or something.
yeah, they say if you hit these bonuses or these the targets, it will automatically get itself back. So at the end of the day, that's how it is. It is what it is. It's the club. Now it's in the club's hands. If they want, they can negotiate with him, pay him back all his money, or pay him off and find him somewhere. Like, it is what it is, you know. It says, wow, what am I hearing? I don't know what he meant by that. It says, yes, Carl should be. That's not a brand new. I don't understand what. Yeah, I think you're talking about what you were saying earlier on. It says Agent 47 was bad for the first half of the last season. He was only a great second half. Let's stop overrating him.
Good games in the first half.
Yeah, he's a
that Newcastle game at home, dude. He dominated that game.
Diaz hasn't been the same since we saw him with Maya. That is funny. Diaz looks better lately next to Josko, but Josko now, since Akanji is back, I think Josko might go back at the left. I say Martin says thank you, Carl. I think he was talking about.
Did Martin and Carl agree on something? No
yeah,
way.
I think it was on the Diaz thing. Martin Diaz has been pants. That's what Formidable says. Still talking about Arsenal. I think I read that already. If we take a player of Madrid, I would much rather go for Kama. I don't know who that is.
Kamavinga.
He's talking about Kamavinga.
I don't think Kamavinga is going anywhere. You guys are lying to yourselves.
Anywhere. Leave all those things. Why would they call you Madrid to come to us?
Yeah, do these guys think Madrid are happy that they're not in the final? That they're not winning the UCL? You think they'll start giving us players? Madrid only give you players when they're useless. That's why they gave Arsenal Odegaard. Kels, I agree, is in that because Diaz is right-sided centre back, Josko is left-sided one, so he's more comfortable in his natural position. That is true. Yeah, Neves is so good, man. What a player against Benedict. Yep, I don't know why he didn't sign him. Okay. Says I want Kovacic to be successful at the club. Hopefully, Pep trusts him from next season. I think you'll see him at the American thing. Says Cover is what people think British is. Yeah, I think
people on.
That is true. That is true. So anyway, let's move on to KDB. Kelpster, have you been hearing what KDB has been saying in the media? He sounds a bit angry. He sounds like he's not happy. He's disappointed.
I won't be happy now.
Yeah, I think he wants to stay. Every player's going to back themselves to stay at the top level. But the reality of the situation is that, you know, father time does come for everyone, and sometimes the player doesn't always realize it, and he might secretly be in denial about it too, because you know.
Yeah, but Kelly, I don't agree though, Kelly, right? I don't agree, and here's why I don't agree, right? I mean, Ancelotti managed Modric to he's 37 years old. I'm not saying DeBruyne should get to that stage, but he knows how to manage and get the best out of a player who's been there, won things, who has a pedigree, who could be an influence on the squad. You know, Fernandinho didn't leave till he was much older than De Bruyne. Why can't we do that as well? Why can't we find a way to use this guy in a way that helps us in big moments where we need that moment? Doesn't mean you plays 90 minutes or 3 games a week. Maybe he plays 60
the problem
minutes.
is
Maybe
Pep
he
will
starts
play
the
him
game.
every game because that's what Pep does. That's his guy. And I think it's clear this season that Kev physically has declined. He's had a lot of injuries. Modric has been very healthy.
Luka Modric declined too. A lot of those Inter players are old too, but they found a way to use them.
They play in a slower league, though.
Mkhitaryan is 36.
What about Champions League?
Mkhitaryan plays in Serie A where
they're in the final, but they're in the
run
final
as
Champions
much.
League. They're in the final Champions League. They were there 2 years ago when we won it. Same team.
But does Mkhitaryan have the injury history that Kev has? Kev literally had his hamstring like re-sewn
Yeah,
onto
what
his
I'm
bone.
saying, there are ways you can use to manage this guy.
Look
so that
at
he still
Kev's
has an
free
impact.
kicks and his they're just, and a lot of his passes just are not making it to players like they used to. They don't have the power behind them anymore.
No, but no, Telstar, you say that, but no, but Telstar, when have we ever
Adam,
been?
let Carl land. Adam, let Carl land. Then you go next. Go ahead.
A 40% fit De Bruyne is better than many of 100% fit players. I'll tell you that for sure. 100%. Without question. De Bruyne at 40% is fit better than Jack. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. But how often are you going to get a fit De Bruyne?
Yeah, but play him sparingly. Use him when you can. Give him a reduced contract. Now, someone will say,
will
well,
he accept a reduced contract? Because once you start chasing the champagne, you're not going back down to the.
Of course you will. If you know your contract's up, get a reduced contract. Gooden wants a reduced contract from when he left. Make him an offer he can't refuse.
I just also like certain players don't want to be bench players. Like I think that could be a big deal here too.
No,
he backs himself. I think he backs himself to start every game. And
he doesn't.
I think we can see physically. I don't think physically he can play 3 games a week.
He said it many
times.
Not
in the Premier League.
He's not the player he used to be. He's done as young guys are faster, but he still has a role to play. So use it. Here's what's going to happen. Someone's going to get De Bruyne, and I hope it's Liverpool. I really hope it's Liverpool. Right? I'll buy his shirt. I will buy his shirt. Right? And he's going to shine. He's going to help them. I'm telling you, De Bruyne's problem is not one of skill or it's about mentality. It's about mentality. Go watch him for Belgium. What happened that last game? I'm telling you guys, watch this space. Patrick, you know, his
mentality will never fade. His brain will always have that knowledge. It's
whenever I'm harping on something,
can he get his legs to do what his brain wants him to do? That's the problem.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
He's saying this about De Bruyne. He's my favorite player, and it breaks my heart to see him like
Kelly. I'm telling you, when I start harping on,
I don't want him to leave, but
when I start harping on something,
he just physically can't handle in the Premier League anymore.
When I start talking something repeatedly, I'm telling you, we're going to come back in 4 months' time. We're going to be like, shit, that guy shouldn't have gone. I'm telling you. He has 1 more year in him. That guy has 1 more year. Not playing 3 days a week. Maybe it's 1 day a week. Maybe it's in a big game in a UCL where we need a moment of magic for 20 minutes at a reduced price. De Bruyne on the bench. He can create magic out of nothing.
I agree with you. I do agree with you that he can do that. It's just, will he want to be just a bit part player?
Of course he will. Make him an offer he can't refuse.
Martin says you're buying a Liverpool shirt. What the hell?
If De Bruyne joins Liverpool, I'm going to buy a Liverpool shirt.
That is petty.
I'm going to wear it. And I'm going to wear it. Nobody said. Sorry, let me answer this. Right, this idea that De Bruyne wants 400K is a lie. It's a complete lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell by ITKs who don't know fuck all. Telling you now. It's a lie. It's an absolute travesty of a lie. It's not true. It doesn't even make logical sense. A player who's out of contract wants to keep the same salary he had when he was on a contract with a 1-year contract. It doesn't make any sense. It's a lie. And people are using this to slander De Bruyne. Oh, he wants 400K when he's 30-something years old, when he's an unk. It's terrible. Don't believe this nonsense, guys.
Do you have some inside knowledge? Did you talk to the cooks?
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
I'll tell you, it's a lie. It's all a lie. Big fat lie.
We just told him to leave. Did we even offer him a contract? Like,
he says you talk to you in private. Anyway, what was I about to say? You know what? Okay, let's move away from KDB. Let's go to Southampton.
Sorry, I'm just passionate about that topic. It just pisses me off. Really, it just does.
I'm devastated that he's leaving. Like, this hurts me to say, but I've seen a lot of my favorite athletes over the years.
He sounds very
decline,
disappointed
and I hate to
because
watch it.
KDB
I'm
never.
in denial. I'm in denial, Carl. This is
Let
I'm
me
in
explain,
extreme
right? There's
denial
a
about
way,
the whole situation.
and this goes back to the coaching thing, right? There is a way in which you can use De Bruyne to be effective in the game, right? You can't use the De Bruyne where he sprints back and forth many times in recovery. You can't do that. But can you modify your system to play to his strength so he's the one who's the final ball before the Erling Haaland? And then you have young guys around him to do the running and the work to kind of press and win the ball. But he's the one who can create magic in a moment for Erling Haaland or for Mamouche, a little higher up. Maybe in a 3-5-2, maybe in a 4-3-1-2, in that kind of system where he literally is behind the two strikers and he's playing through. Maybe, right? We've seen Ancelotti do this with Madrid to beat us in the Champions League. Did it, right? We've seen Klopp do this as well with Firmino in his latter years. I'm just asking the questions, mate.
I'm just in extreme denial that he's leaving, and this is my coping mechanism. I agree with you, though. I want him to stay with the way that you're saying it, and I totally agree that I'd love him to stay as a bit part player, but
I mean, I'll give you an example.
He doesn't want to do it. I don't know what to say.
And I'll leave this for all right. I'll give you an example. Right. So one of my star players, my star player, my U16 team, my real star, and I know they're not Premier League level, but it's an example, right? This player is the best player, number 10. Okay, was injured, rolled the ankle, was injured for a while, re-injured it again. Now he's coming back to fitness. We had a game last weekend. I tell the kid, I want you to be the number 9, but I want you to stay high. And then when you get, and everybody else, let's find this kid. And when you get in that box, I want one thing from you. I want you to kill it. That's all I want because you're clinical. 2 goals, 20 minutes, game over, 4-2. Period. Practice again yesterday, bang, 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 go, go, go. Change the player's position to compensate for what that guy can do. Simple. Maybe it's me.
No, it is fair. It is fair. I was just looking at the Man City post. Says we are not modifying our system for 34-year-old KDB.
He's doing it right now.
You never know.
Playing him as a false 9. Jeez.
Yeah, he is playing him as a false 9, isn't he? He said the club
does. We have a 34-year-old and a 33-year-old false 9 in 2025.
Yeah,
you can write the script.
I'm not saying I'm not saying you change what I'm saying is that you keep this guy and have the flexibility to adapt and use him, especially if
are you keeping him for 1 year and that's why he's gone?
I'm 100%. I'm keeping him for 1 more year. Absolutely, 100%. Unless you find somebody who's as good as him who can replace him at 50%, keep him. If you ain't get anybody coming in the door, you get Morgan Gibbs White to come and replace him. Seriously, for De Bruyne.
Well, Morgan Gibbs White's not replacing Kev. He's replacing Bernardo.
Who's replacing him?
We're trying to get Florian Wirtz, but
come in.
Is there anybody in the world right now who plays at all?
Wirtz ain't coming. Why would Wirtz need Bayern Munich to come?
There's a few potential players out there. I think me and Carl are gonna do a case study on one of the players that we both see.
I mean,
I like these.
You know why, Patrick? They're not gonna get him. You know why? Because he doesn't do 1,000 million passes.
But he's very forward, isn't he? That player is very forward. I've noticed he's like KDB. He's very forward.
He's a combination of De Bruyne and Patrick Vieira, kind of mixed mode. He's a diamond in the rough. We'll talk about him. For me, he's and he looks like he's kind of like that Brooks guy from like Bournemouth. It's a combination of all three.
You know who does like to pass the ball forward is Rico Lewis.
You and Lewis.
Don't get me started, Kelly.
Hey, that kid is shit, man. Don't say his name, please.
He's trying to wind you up.
No, Patrick, you know, for that, you should give her a red card.
You can't deny it, though. In that Wolves game, Rico never passed backwards once.
She's the one who holds the cards. She's the one who has the red card. So she has to give herself a red card.
I'm not giving it to myself.
Yeah, she has to give
it. It's gonna bring a blowtorch on the screen for Arsenal to gas them up, but I forgot about that. I have a creme brulee torch. Gonna bring the real fire.
The club doesn't realize how good KDB is compared to these watched generations. Our win rate with him is still insane. A system with him can still be amazing.
Thank you very much, Summer 2129.
Yeah, so there's more chance of Bernardo going to the Dappers than Kev. Bernardo will never go to Liverpool.
That's Liverpool.
Yeah, he hates Liverpool. The closest player to KDB
They
is
hate him too.
they're not selling him to us.
Hard
Asking
to
a
Google
question.
it.
Okay, asking questions why you buy a Liverpool shirt.
Because here's why. Let me answer the question. If De Bruyne goes to Liverpool, I am buying his shirt. You know why? Because I love the game and I love special players. There are some players you see growing up are just an inspiration. Not growing up. Wait for some kids that are inspiration. He's an inspiration. It's an inspiration.
Oh,
De Bruyne
you want that red card? For buying a Liverpool shirt, red card.
I'll take two. I'll take two. I'll take the black.
Greatest Man City player of all time. Fact.
Because yeah, thank you very much. Right? If we allow the guy go to Liverpool because we can't offer him one more year,
shame.
And he goes to Liverpool,
I'm
going to buy two shirts. I'm going to give one to Martin and keep one for myself.
Did you say you're gonna buy one for Martin and give one for yourself?
It's gonna be like the Kev holding the United shirt, being like, "What do I do with this?"
That's interesting. What about yourself, Mr. Hamza? Welcome. So Hamza, what we were talking about forgotten players. So we talked about Kusanov, Victor, all these players. Obviously, we've got answers for that. But what do you think of KDB? I think Napoli are the favorites now. I think it might be Napoli. Do you think it's a mistake letting him go? Carl thinks that we could have done 1 year with him, just 1 year, and fix the system that suits KDB. Or you're like, nah, this man has to go.
The only caveat I have, Patrick, I'm not saying don't have a KDB replacement. I said buy a KDB replacement, put him on lower wages, but keep him for special moments. That
absolutely. You know, players like I told him, Carl. You remember Pirlo when he left AC Milan. AC Milan said, "Oh, we need to go through this change. We need to get rid of all this old player." Never to value how important Pirlo is. He went to Juventus, never won the league. He had won AC Milan league titles. Juve had not won the league. He went there and he was a complete game changer. And he was 34. He played to 38. Kevin De Bruyne one leg is better than Jack Grealish 2 legs. Kevin De Bruyne one leg is better than Phil Foden 2 legs. Fact. And it hurts people. When Kevin De Bruyne was in the pitch, is that influence. I'm a winner. And I'll tell you why, Carl, they probably want to get rid of him. Because he has an ego. He has the ego of a winner. He will not accept mediocrity. He challenges. You see, he's the only guy that told Pep to shut up.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because Pep needs him. Pep can't do anything to Kevin De Bruyne. You need that guy. He told Pep knows there's certain players he can't just talk to. To me, losing Kevin De Bruyne, Carl, I said to City fan, is the biggest loss in City's history. It's like the biggest loss in Man City's history. Like from what I've seen. The player sits on the table with the greatest player. You see if I mention his name, every other rival, including Real Madrid, Barcelona, what do they say?
What did Klopp say?
They respect him. How can we let go of a player he's the one that's carrying us now?
Hamza, Klopp, quote, Kevin De Bruyne is warming up and the whole world is shaking. Fact. End quote.
That's last year. That's last year this time. You think players' class is perfect. You can play him for a couple of games. Biggest mistake is the sickness that we can prop up people like Morgan Gibbs-White, which is sick. And we can just accept Kevin De Bruyne leaving as if, no, we have to go through that process. No, we don't need to go through that process. He's an elite player. Elite player. Even words doesn't tie shoes. Even getting words doesn't signify the impact that we're going to lose Kevin De Bruyne. Because how many games you seen him carrying us? How many games have you seen the guy? We were 2-0 down against Aston Villa. Kevin De Bruyne was on the pitch without Kevin De Bruyne. You're not winning that league. You're not, whether you like it, you can have Pep. He tied his boot. He was like patient. You can see he's like those kind of players. Like, that Lamine Yamal generational players that they're not fearful. They've been there. They can do it. And that's the loss we can't. Like me hearing that he's going to Napoli, what a shame to Man City recruitment. Like, I'm looking like, you could give this guy 1 year. He's still got to play. I saw his goal in the training ground today. And you see his goal. He made everyone look easy. They're above everyone's beyond his level. Like players like Grealish joined the football club because of Kevin De Bruyne. Haaland joined the football club because of Kevin De Bruyne. People respect Man City mainly big. They know we won the Champions League, Kevin De Bruyne. That's the name, the first name that is named. People say Bernardo Silva, David Silva is a great player, but Kevin De Bruyne is an elite player. How many times have we gone Bernabeu? He's the man of the match against Kroos and Modric.
Where was he this year?
Year out. Huh? How can we just replace this guy as easy? You think you're gonna replace him? Keep him, give him lower wages, get rid of these other bums like Matthias Nunes, pack their bags. I'm even happy to travel. Manchester City. I'll be packing the house. I'll say, yo, you don't need to leave. I'll find you a ticket.
Should we get rid of Bernardo, Kava, and Gundo and keep De Bruyne?
Gundo,
I would do that.
You can get rid of Gundo. Bernardo, I think you keep. I think Kovacic you keep. There's certain players
going to play every game next season. Stick out the gaff.
Bernardo,
then whoever we buy is not going to play. So it's a waste of
don't
money.
get rid of too many. I said, Kels, don't get rid of too many people with experience.
If you don't have anyone who's of sufficient quality to some of those players, do not replace them.
Fact.
Really. If you
don't
have
anyone, 1-13 earlier this year.
If you don't have anyone who's
these old guys could not do it anymore.
Quality, if you're going to get MGW to replace, De Bruyne.
I like the way people are calling him MGW as if he's somebody special.
You have a problem.
I don't think he's there to replace De Bruyne. He's there to replace further back.
Who is he to replace?
He's there to be an engine. Gundogan has no legs, so he could be a Gundo replacement. Bernardo's slowing down. He could be a Bernardo replacement.
Let's buy generator.
We're coming at the end of the line.
Hamza, let me ask you this question, please. Help me understand this, Hamza. Will Real Madrid or Barcelona go for MGW?
Never in my life. I put money there. He will never, ever.
What are we doing?
They'll laugh at you. They'll think, who the hell is that?
Well, who do you want to play next season? Morgan Gibbs White or Gundogan?
Let me ask you a good question.
35-year-old Gundogan next season?
This is a question that defines it. Does MGW improves Man City?
He's probably better than Gundogan and Bernardo.
Let me ask this another way, okay? Here's another way to ask this question.
How am I defending this guy? I don't even care about
Kelly,
him.
you see, you become.
I don't even care about this guy.
Do you remember?
I'm fine with him. He's a fine sighting.
I
told Kels that you're going to end up becoming. You see, Kels.
Let me ask another way, right? Does Real Madrid and Barcelona get Sané, Fernandinho, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling when he was top, Sergio Aguero? Do they get him? 100%. Yeah. All those players. Do they want MDW?
No way. No one is interested except us. It's a free run, like literally.
It's one horse race. It's a one horse race.
Liverpool fans are telling me, I beg you, sign him. Because the day you sign him, I go back-to-back league champions. Because I'm seeing the guys are. You can't do it at Crystal Palace. You can't do it at Brentford. Brentford dunked on him. Wilson was a better player than in Ambuemo. And Nogard is a better player than him.
Does Morgan Gibbs White start for Inter Milan?
No. No chance.
You don't think he starts over a 36-year Mkhitaryan?
No chance.
No way.
For Mkhitaryan?
I think Mkhitaryan is still a ball at 36.
No chance, Kelly.
No chance. He doesn't
start for Paris Saint-Germain.
Barella.
Hey, hold on, Kelly. Does he start for PSG? Honestly.
No, but there's a lot of nobody in our midfield starts for PSG either.
Does he start for who? Does he even start for Arsenal?
No, he's not even the bench for Arsenal.
Yeah,
no.
I put him in there over that bum Odegaard. For
no,
sure.
Come on.
Odegaard's a complete bomb. Come on.
No.
That guy's terrible.
Let me give you an example.
You seriously saw that somebody like Gibbs White would do better than Odegaard just did? He just completely no-showed in a Champions League semifinal.
He starts for Spurs.
Yeah.
That's what he starts for.
Does he start ahead of Madison?
Ahead of
I don't know.
No, Madison.
Ahead of Madison.
I think Madison on a good day is better. Madison on a good day is better.
Right bandwagon. Just to clarify, I'm not.
Does he start ahead of Bissouma? Does he start ahead of Bentancur? No chance.
Bentancur is a baller. I love Bentancur. I wish
Bentancur. So he can't even start for Spurs, but can come start for City is a disgrace. Is literally I've never seen a player. Even Sam Lee said it in his Athletic. He said the fans at City there's a split, and many people don't like that signing. It's the first one I've seen a Man City.
Does he start at United? Does he start at
David
United?
Ornstein's fault. This is David Ornstein's fault because he said he was going to be the De Bruyne replacement. He's not. Okay, first off, there's no De Bruyne replacement. Like all the top creators in the world, Arda Güler plus Florian Wirtz plus whoever else. Like they're not replacing De Bruyne. Then those are big names. Like
wait. There's a question. Wait, there's a question for Carl. Hamza, there's a question for Carl from Veta. Veta says, "Can we keep KDB, develop the next group of players? What games do KDB play? UCL, big Premier League games?" I'm just asking the question.
Here's the answer to that. Here's my answer, right? Keep KDB, develop those new players in, and in some games, in moments where you need creativity and a spark, bring him on to go play.
So it's like a case by case basis. You're just not saying like, oh, Liverpool, you're starting.
Do a look. It may be Liverpool. It's 1-1. You need a moment, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. De Bruyne, come on, make it happen.
He still can play. He can still play. He listen, let me ask a question. Has De Bruyne been better than Foden this season?
Of course.
Yeah, because Foden's
I'm
been
saying 100%.
I'm not saying
terrible.
No,
Foden
Hamza.
had like 2 good weeks and that was it.
No, Hamza. Hamza, you answered the question by yourself in some ways.
Right now.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be
and
playing.
People don't want to say those kind. People don't understand. It's people are shocked. Rivals are like, how can you get rid of a guy who's scoring goals for us? Like he's scoring goals for us. Crystal Palace, he's the one who were 2-0 down. Without De Bruyne, you don't win that game. Fact. You don't win that game. For fact. You see?
I love Kev to stay and mentor Echeverry.
Kelly, how many elite players have said, I don't want to go, I want to stay at the club that I'm beloved? But no, you got to go. How many elite players? How many? Tell me.
I don't have a number.
No, a club is saying, but he said, I want to stay. I want to stay. I want to make it happen. Give him an offer he can't refuse.
Well, I mean, Lampard got run out. Gerrard got ran out. Like, I feel like players just reach their time and the clubs run them out.
But can I say one thing? There's one thing that irritated me. And big content creators said this. And that's when I think about, I'm looking, Man City content creators have to say things. You have to say things you have to be careful what you say. They said MGW could be Bernardo Silva replacement. Bernardo Silva was player of the year of Man City 2018. He carried us to the league title in the Bruno's in.
He cooked us against Monaco. He cooked Yaya
Toure.
Yeah. He's been shit the last 2 seasons.
People are saying
the blinders off. He's been awful the past 2 seasons.
Yeah,
he's done fuck all.
He's better than MGW. Fact. He's the reason why he's been poor. The guy's knackered. We've used and abused the guy. He's not taking time off. He's the most reliable player. He gives you all. You play left back. He plays. He has refused to sacrifice to go to his family. Has stayed at Man City. But City fans are gonna slander the guy who's gave it all. And he's played every 3 days, going international, come back.
If you're gonna whine about backwards passes, then stop Bernardo Perez immediately. That's all he does.
Yeah, but
so if
Kelly,
you're gonna bitch and whine about backwards passing, then Bernardo should be number 1 on your to-go list.
Kelly, I agree with you, right? But here's a question: why are you playing a guy who's so good on the ball, who has no pace on the right wing? He's gonna pass it back. This is left-footed.
Ask the manager.
Here we go.
And last couple of games he's been very good.
No, Hamza, I'm gonna know. No, I'm sorry, Hamza. I'm gonna call you out. You're a fraud, and I've said that to you last time. It's Pep, yeah, and you said no, yeah, and you even told me off. But now you say now it's Pep. Now, Hamza, you're the biggest fraud. Wallahi.
I don't think anybody's saying it, because asking the question. When we saw Bernardo play central, right? He was dropping into number 6, dropping in fullback position, building the play, controlling the game in the middle. Excellent.
No, Hamza, you're my guy, but you're a fraud.
Yeah, that's the best use of him. You're right.
Wait. Please, Gary, tell me you're trolling. He says, I have been saying Rico Lewis is low-key Xavi Hernandez for months. Oh my God.
What are we doing in this fan base?
Yes, thank you, Kelstar. I was just about to tell you to put a red card.
Is it because the height? Wasn't this guy Philip Lam? You guys, you like baby lamb. I remember you, Hamza. You were saying calling him Baby Lamb. I remember you called him Baby Lamb on the
Because
space.
Pep said he reminds me of maybe Philip. Now I don't know what to trust with Pep Guardiola. He told me he's the best
baby
in the
who?
world. Pep and his talk sometimes are mad. He made it. Now I go to my signing as I'm very suspicious with the board. Like I'm looking at them. Like even Sam Lee said it because it's the first time City fans are very disappointed at the board because what's happened last 3 years. Their recruitment has been poor. People were defending them until when they lost the start. People were saying, why are you complaining? It's only Calvin Phillips. Nunes has been good at. And we are saying, hold on, our recruitment is shocking, bad. We've been neglecting our squad for years. But when we started losing, people were like, no, it's a one-off game. It's a two-off game. It's a three-off game. When
You want to lose 4. They said you want to lose 4.
6, 7. And they were praying to stop. The fans start realizing, oh my God, are we this bad? I thought, hold on. Did you not realize we were this bad? Beginning when Rodri was missing for 3 games, we're losing 3 games. We didn't win 1 game. Rodri missed 3 games. That was a red flag. That's a red flag. That didn't even put the board to realize when Rodri was saying, I need to rest. And you can't see the guy, they were so, this is what I'm thinking. Our board have been gullible. We have to accept. Unless you accept they've not been good enough last 3 years, you will never improve. You have to realize mistakes were made, and now we cannot make more mistakes. That's what I'm thinking.
No, Hamza, but okay, but no, Hamza, they spent 60 million. No, Hamza, they spent 60 million on a defensive midfielder, and they're not using him.
Adam,
where do these new players play if the old players
Hamza, you know what it's like.
Nobody's answering that question.
No, Hamza, you know what it's like. I'll give you this analogy. It's like spending say 500,000 on a house, and then deciding, you know what, I'm gonna live on the streets.
Adam, use a panic buy. In reality, when you're losing one,
no, Hamza, no, I wouldn't say no, Hamza, I wouldn't say it's a panic buy. No, my issue is you spent 60 million on him.
Panic buy.
Why the hell are you not using him?
What are you talking about?
I tell you why Kels got a panic buy. I had to learn deep in my senses what a panic buy is. Panic buy is when you need to buy as a last minute result because of an emergency. It was
we had an emergency. Our midfield was complete fucking shit. They just lost 5-1. And it was terrible for months and months and months before. Bernard was terrible. Gundogan was terrible. Kava was terrible. Rico Lewis was terrible. Kev didn't play because he was injured. We had to buy somebody.
But guess what? To go and buy 2 defenders, they went and bought 2 centre-back, 1 midfielder, spent hundreds. They've never done it. You're telling me because one injury and little cup, did they not think? Did they not make risk assessment?
They just not realizing that our players are declining, and like these older players, their quality is declining. They're not good enough at this level anymore. That's why we bought new players to replace them.
But Kel, I disagree with you. I disagree with Kel there.
We can disagree. That's fine.
You know what? I disagree with you. I think the reason why they're bad, they absolutely utilized and they were so arrogant, used and abused everything. That's why I never called Gundogan bad. I will always back Bernardo. I'll always back KDB. They've used these players so much that there's nothing. They've drained them out. They completely used and abused every of our players because they were so arrogant. Thought, hold on, we'll do it one last season, win 5 in a row. I'll be honest with you, and I'm being honest with this deeply. I believe Pep had this impression. I'm gonna make sure I will do 5 in a row. I'm gonna walk out. Pep was gonna be done 5 in a row, but Pep never realized someone up there is watching. You're trying to do man. So he thought, hold on, I'm not going to sign anyone. Why am I going to sign another one for another manager? When Pep realized that going gets tough, we can't leave.
Here. We got a fact from Jerry. He says, we panic about Ruben Diaz also?
No, when
panic by Ruben Diaz?
No, but Kel, when he realized he cannot walk away 1 in 13, people blame Pep. People have said, hold on, when going gets tough, you're walking away. Pep realized he has to show people to rebuild. This is why it's important. Rebuild, but rebuild it well. Don't go and take risks. Morgan Gibbs White is a risky signing. Fact. Yes or no, Kel?
You know, I agree with you on that. every player is a risk because you don't know if every player is going to deliver.
But are you taking Wits is a risky signing? Wits, he's a quality player.
What if he flops in the Premier League? Look at all these Germans who've come over. Kai Havertz flop in the Premier League. Timo Werner flop in the Premier League. That's all I can think of.
Man City players that come from Germany do well. Haaland came from Germany, did well. Kevin De Bruyne came from Germany, did well. Gundogan came from Germany, did well. Akanji came from Germany, did well. I'm seeing players that came from Germany to Man City. Mamouche has come from Germany, did well. Man City players who come from Leroy Sané came from Germany, did well. Germany players they're very smart, very intelligent. They're better. They're less risk. I'm telling you now.
I know. I don't know why people use Chelsea as the benchmark. Because Chelsea are the ones who have stank with German players, isn't it? Yeah, it's only Chelsea.
Torres flop for them. Fucking dude, they get a bunch of flops.
Okay, so on that note, let's move on to this because that's the next game, and I don't think I will have. I don't think I'll have time to do it. I don't know if as I said, I'm not going to watch Spurs nor watch Man United. People can hold that. So I'm not interested. I just sent somebody a link anyway because they wanted a link for that. So Spurs versus City. Carl, I know you're done with these games. I know that you're not interested.
You foolish boy. I thought you mean it's Southampton versus City. What are you saying about Spurs?
Oh, yes, Southampton, my bad. That's how much I should. That's how much.
I was like, no, we ain't going to Spurs, okay?
Kelsa, you see, Kelsa,
you know what?
You see why I call Kelsa, you now see why I call Patrick a grandpa.
Yeah, I am old, man. I can't see at the moment.
Grandpa?
What was I about to say? Southampton, I know, Carl, you're like you're just giving up on this game. So, Carl, do you see any hope? Because that's the reason why, by the way, a lot of people haven't been doing previews because I think that the people are just waiting for the Club World Cup. By the way, Carl, have you secured the Club World Cup?
Yeah, I have tickets. I'm going. Yeah.
Big up.
Yeah, I tried to get tickets for my friend who's on the panel, but it was hard. I tried to get her tickets.
You don't have many friends on this panel. Which friend?
The only friend I have on the panel, right there, she's there.
Which one?
I couldn't afford the one you sent me. I was like, I can't pay that much money.
She have to sell the whole house. Anyway, what I was about to say. But
I tried to get another Kelly. I tried to get another type of ticket, but they didn't have that available.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I tried. I didn't want to.
I really appreciate you trying. I really do.
Yeah.
No, Carl always tries, and he also finds alternatives. But you
find a plan.
Do you know what though? Look at the pubs nearby. You'll find her. You'll find her in the pubs nearby. She'll find a way. I don't know. In America, do they do where they sell the ticket? I don't know. In Ireland, it happens, but it's rare. It's a risk. Where you go to a football match and you get a ticket outside. Does that ever happen? Or it's very dedicated. In Ireland, it happens, by the way. It happens at concerts.
Some stuff like that. Like there's like standing sections. Sometimes like the pubs will have like watch parties and you can buy a ticket for the watch party.
Is a watch party closed?
Or like a beer garden or something. A lot of restaurants just show the game. Pubs and restaurants just show the game and you can go in there and we're not quite as tribal over here. Like everybody just kind of mixes in the same pub. Like it's not like, oh, if you're an opposition fan, you can't come in because you're gonna have your life threatened. It's not like that at all.
Yeah. So Kelsa, how do you see this Southampton game?
Well, I think I'm hoping we keep the same back four. Give Nico O'Reilly. I think he had a bad game against Wolves. So the best way to see if he can deal with the adversity is just play him again. He got the second half of the game off, basically. So that should be his little rest. And I would like to see him retain his left back position because he's done very well at it. I love the chemistry between Joshko and Diaz. So I'd like to see that continue. And Nunes has proved me extremely wrong. He's doing a fine job at right back. On paper, they're one of the worst teams ever in the history of the entire Premier League. So
yeah, that's why
I would expect us to win, but
that's why
this team you can never predict.
Yeah, that's why Carl agreed with me. Carl,
I think Holland will come back.
Yeah,
I think Holland's going to start the game, so that'll be interesting to see how kind of like everything how it changes. Because we have been using 2 false nines, and so
we are away. But Carl is going to agree with me here, and even Kelps maybe agree with me. If Carl, bottom Southampton, we don't try to unleash the brakes, we start playing control football, I would just say our manager is done. If he goes there and start trying to control the game against one of the worst with a minus 57.
He's going to do that, Patrick. What's the point? Forget about that. He's going to do it. What you say?
Would you back the bus against Southampton?
Not pack the ball.
See
It's
us
gonna
like maybe
pass.
scoring 4
It's gonna
goals and then
control
parking
it,
the
like
bus.
it's just gonna be passing and passing. Like it's gonna do it, man. Let's just ride this season. Next season, let's see what it's gonna do next season. Anyway, for me.
Southampton have a minus 57 goal difference. and you don't want
they're
to
always
release the breaks.
difficult for us to play against.
No, I'm not taking this. As bad as we have been this season, I am not going to allow control football against Southampton.
Why?
Hamza, are you going to wait? Hamza, I don't know if Hamza is back. Hamza, are you going to allow control football against Southampton? Not with a minus 57 goal difference. Southampton.
Nah. Come on, man. That's shameless.
Hamza,
Hamza,
I watched Osam's show last night. The energy you put to mock other fans, you are the reason that people want to mock City on YouTube.
Wait. Did he cook them? Did he cook them? I didn't see it.
I said this guy, oh my days. You need to see the way he was describing Saka walk. Even my wife was laughing. My wife was asking.
I missed it. I'm gonna watch it now.
It was too good yesterday.
Because yesterday the cheers were everywhere. It was difficult to pick because you pick here and then Ghana Lee decided to do a 15-hour stream.
Sad got upset, Sad got upset yesterday.
No, Sad was already pissed off at Football Terrace. I saw him at Football Terrace. His eyes were already watering. I think he was already pissed off.
Hamza even accused Mo that Mo is part of Arsenal.
I said I'll never forget how dare you coming into the Champions League and Thomas Partey was doing Rory Delap's throwing and think they can go to the finals.
Yeah, Thomas. Yesterday he was Thomas Delap. Did you see that?
This is criminals, man. They were doing this whole throwing from everywhere, every angle. They're getting Thomas Partey to throw it.
I feel like everyone is just bullying Arsenal fans this way. I just feel
we hate them.
Kevin, they deserve it. You know why they deserve it? They don't know how to keep their mouth shut.
Yeah. No, that was not fair, man. Last night was too much for them. Too much. Igao was not happy. I feel sorry for Igao.
You don't feel sorry for anyone. We cooked them last night, and we also talked about this. So, but what's your thought, Mr. Kevin? Do you think you're going to win this game? Because if we don't win against Southampton, then I'll be laughing.
And of course, we're going to. We are. I don't want to behave like Arsenal fan. We should win the game. So I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm interested in who is going to play. Do you think Nico Riley is going to come back? Do you think he's coming back?
I think Kels was talking about that area on that he'll be disappointed if Nico Riley gets dropped for Akanji.
Why would he be dropped though?
But Akanji is a better option though. To be fair, Akanji is a better option.
Akanji that almost cost me the Champions League.
Better what?
Akanji is a better option than Nico Riley. What are you talking about?
It's been working so far.
Are you guys saying the Nico Riley is better than Akanji?
Play Akanji right back.
That's not bad. That's not a bad shot. I like that.
He should be a fullback instead of a center back.
Yeah, I like that.
He has the pace for it.
Yeah. So that means he's going to drop Nunes as well. Nunes deserves to play, That guy saved us,
He said keep the back four the same.
Play him in midfield.
He's not going to play Nunes in the midfield.
The thing is with Southampton, the most threatening player to rate was Kyle Walker-Peters. What happened to that guy?
He's finished.
Is he finished?
Yeah, he's finished now.
Is he not playing?
He plays, but he's finished. He's no longer a threat. Or maybe it's just the team he's in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That guy was good. That guy is quick as well.
Yeah, but Southampton have got this tall fella. This tall guy. He's big. He's the striker. I like him.
Patrick, you know that Southampton, they're going to play us outfield, They're not going to come out. They won't come out. You know that.
Wait. Why would they pack the bus? They're 11 points. Nothing's going to change whether they win or lose.
They don't care. They drew against what was it called? Leicester. They almost beat. They drew against Ipswich as well.
Patrick.
Did you just say Leicester?
No.
Do you see what
Patrick,
Leicester
please mute. No, Patrick, please mute this fraud.
Man said Leicester,
Oh.
Hey.
Kevin, that's a stinker. Can you give him a red card?
Let me tell you why. I can never trust Patrick.
Can you give this guy a red card, please? That's a stinker.
Why?
Let me tell you why I cannot trust Patrick
Go
signing.
ahead.
There's the
You
red
know,
card.
you know who Patrick used to rave about to try and get as Aguero replacement?
Who told me I want to know?
Name and shame. Name and shame, Hamza.
He used to want a
Hamza.
guy Patson Daka. I remember.
No. Danny Ings. I also wanted Danny Ings.
Whoa!
Hamza, continue to name and shame Patrick, please.
Patrick,
I'm
are you
loving this.
serious?
Wait. Patson Daka was a baller though.
Kevin,
was-
you don't know.
This guy is a fraud, man.
Kevin,
my
you don't know
God.
that. Kevin, you don't know Patrick is the biggest Yahoo boy.
Wait. You
Jeez.
guys, do you remember when Patson Daka was a baller? What are we talking about here? He was a baller.
It was just
Kevin, you know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think Patrick is hush puppy.
I think he is.
Can I ask a question? Let me just ask you a question. There was a point in time when Liverpool wanted Patson Daka. I still think Patson Daka can be a better striker than Nunes. I think so.
Come
That's
on,
not that
man.
hard.
Come on.
That's not that hard to be better than Nunes.
nah.
Okay,
He
shit.
scored 17 goals for Leicester City in 91 games. That's bad as a striker.
Just let it go, man. Patson Daka is a baller. My Zambian brother. He shouldn't have gone to Leicester.
Patrick, do you think
You know
Allah is
is
going to play?
Hamza,
Is Allah
I'm glad you. No, Hamza, I'm glad you exposed this fraud, Patrick.
Yeah, but that time Daka was a baller, so it's not exposing. I remember even there's a point in time all of us as City fans, not only me, we were saying Danny Ings can be a good option before we get an active striker. Danny Ings temporarily. Remember? Danny
Patrick,
Ings?
did you see that video Gibbs White with Foden's son?
I'm tired. I even wrote a
Yeah,
message to that guy.
Kevin,
let me answer
he's,
Kelvin.
what was it? Foden's son's godfather.
Adam, let me answer Kevin. Kevin, even Hamza can agree with me. There's certain pages on Twitter. No offense, it's good. You're doing it. I get it. But instead of showing us football reasons why we should sign Gibbs White, they're showing us him at a charity function. They're showing us carrying Foden's child. Like, I'm sorry. I know he's a good guy, but do we sign players because they're good guys?
That's the problem. That's what people tell me. Oh, you know, he's Foden's godfather or something like that. I've never heard of this. Like, he's Foden's best friend, so we need it for Foden.
Well, then we should keep Kovacic because him and Josko are from Croatia.
Exactly. We don't do that. That's not a signing we should be signing because of a player just to make a player happy. And
then we
should
sign Neymar.
Isn't that rumors why we're signing Morgan Gibbs White to make Foden happy?
Apparently, that's one of the signs. Apparently, that's what I heard.
Who said that?
What people say. People are telling me
that theory because Gibbs White's a godfather to.
This is on Spaces, guys. This Spaces, you're taking them serious. It's on a space, wasn't it?
What does that do with anything?
That's what I'm saying, Carl. I'm telling you, there's videos now of Gibbs White carrying Foden's son, taking him to
yeah, it's his godfather.
So what?
So we should sign him.
It's a joke. Like we you know one player.
That was just really funny.
You know one player we're linked with right at Nuri. But I'll tell you one thing. I like Kekes. You know, Bournemouth guy. I told you before.
Kekes is the boy, man. That's the guy.
I like him. Why you letting this guy go?
So what?
Huh? Kekes is a fantastic bowler. Brilliant player. He can attack. He kept Saka.
You want him or Aït-Nouri? Kirkez or Aït-Nouri for left back?
What about the new guy that we're? Hey, I want to ask a question. Have any of you guys heard of that new guy that we're linked to? That Brazilian kid from Fluminense or wherever.
I did
Wesley.
Who the fuck is that guy?
If I ask Hamza,
in Brazil,
Kelstar, if I ask Hamza would tell me he's seen him. So.
Have you seen that guy, Hamza? Have you seen that Brazilian guy? I think it's Fugazi.
No, I've not seen. He's 21 years old, apparently.
No, because he's 21 years old. From the videos
21, he never made it. If he's still 21, he's probably not gonna.
From the videos that I've seen of him on YouTube, he looks all right, decent.
Wait, can I tell you something, Adam? There's and I want to tell you this, Adam. I think I haven't done this in a long time. So, Adam, I'm going to do this. Adam, there is no South American kid that's gonna come at City and play football, unfortunately. Kao has told us that we've been fumbling. We fumbled with Alvarez. Kao was right. Maximo Peroni is being sold to Cosmos. Why Maximo Peroni could have done better than some of these midfielders. Echeverri is here. All he's doing is PR videos talking about the food he's gonna eat. Now I want to tell you about somebody else, Jan Couto, who Barcelona wanted. We sent him to Girona. He was one of the best fullbacks. Madrid wanted him. Now he's at Dortmund. He's doing well, but we left him to go on that loan while Kyle Walker was getting old. Let me tell you something. These South American kids will stop coming. Because I see City fans are also twerking for that Liver Plate kid. He's not going to come here. Which kid from South America has made it?
He's
They're
not coming. Patrick, I'll tell you right now, he's not coming. That boy's not coming. And
Man United are losing 1-0.
Let me be clear.
What?
Right? Hamza, right? And
He's
not coming because of the fact that he feels not going to get playing time.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely. I think Pep, that's the thing. Players like Mastuoni, top class, great talent in football that we should be keeping and trying to sign. But you know, the problem with us is we're not gonna try and get these players, and we're trying to destroy Kai. Look at this. I know so many. Forget Savini. There's another one, Diego Rosa.
Kai, I know people say about him, but he was good. He was good. It's just that we didn't give him the opportunity. Also,
Diego Rosa. What happened to Diego Rosa? Remember Diego Rosa? Yeah. We were signing all this. What about Dario Sarmiento? Do you remember Dario Sarmiento?
What about that other guy we signed with Savinho? We signed somebody with Savinho. Remember, we signed two people at the same time.
It was Savinho and it was Metinho and Kai together.
What? Do you remember that kid from Colombia we signed? We signed with Jesus. What was his name?
Are you talking about Diego Carlos?
No, it starts with M. It says Moreno. Yeah. Whatever his name. Do you remember Hamza? He was a striker. We signed him with Jesus and we sent him on loan. He was supposed to be the next best thing also. Then he went.
Diego Rosa we signed in 2021. He went to Lomel, Vizela, Bahia, Lomel, Internacional. He's a midfielder. He's now 22 years old. He was supposed to be a good player. We signed Dario Sarmiento, who was called the next Messi. I'll never forget it. Let me Google Sarmiento. They showed us video about this guy. Yeah, Dario Sarmiento is an Argentinian player.
UCL stars, we spoke the list of South American potential.
He plays for a club in called Tigre.
Well, maybe. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I think our scouting in South America has gotten better because
Argentina
early on
in South America now.
No, it's not like we pick scrubs. We pick ballers, but we don't play them. So we just let them. We just finish them somewhere else.
What
does Peroni say? Peroni
played for us twice.
I think Peroni, he looked good in preseason. He looked better than what we had in preseason, to be honest. And then this kid from Liver Plate, Carl, you love Liver Plate. There's a new kid in town that everybody's buzzing about.
Are you talking about Messina? Are you talking about Messinho?
Yes, leave him alone.
Matriano or something like that.
Whatever your name is, stay away.
Frankie?
Stay away. Stay away.
Frankie, no, he'll go somewhere else.
Don't come here.
You better hope Chelsea don't pick him up because they actually give their kids a chance.
That goal from Atletico Bilbao was a fantastic goal, man. Hey, Patrick.
What's the score?
It's 1-0 Atletico Bilbao. That was a top league goal.
Is it at the stadium or the Old Trafford?
It's at Old Trafford.
Is that swamp?
It's at the toilet bowl.
No, they're gonna win. There's no, the Williams brothers are not there, isn't it? The Williams brothers are not there.
No, but they're playing well.
They're
playing well. Listen,
and Ake is there?
They're playing very well. Oh my God, they nearly scored again. Listen, money.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go so you can go watch the game. But what I can say about Echeverri, I'm still saying that Echeverri can be the guy who competes with Yamal in this world. It's just unfortunately I don't know. At the end of the day, Hamza, I heard
you
your
want to hear a great take
Hamza said that Echeverri. By the way, Carl, Hamza believes that Echeverri won't make it at City.
Patrick, for that, Patrick, for that, they need to imprison you. I swear to God. Me and Kevin need to report you, and they need to imprison you.
Who, me or Hamza? It's Hamza.
You.
That's Hamza's thing.
No, I'm saying you for saying that. What's his name? Echeverri is going to be the same thing as what's his name? Do better than what's his name? Lamar. You need to be in prison.
I think Echeverri has the potential to be better than Yamal.
Patrick, they need to put you in prison. I swear to God.
I heard that this Estavio kid that Chelsea signed is apparently going to be better than Yamal.
Patrick, let me tell you. Let me tell you, no one at the age of Yamal that play for City can be better than Yamal because there's no way Pep will put the weight of City games on a kid like Barcelona. Always remember that. Pep don't like. He always said it in his press conference. So it's not fair on this case to be the one carrying the whole squad like Yama is doing. So it's not going to happen. So
Yeah, but isn't football about potential? If you can play, you can play.
Nah, not when you are young with Pep. When you are young, Pep will use you like 1 in 10 games. That's how it goes. Even though you are good.
So my other comment was right that if Yama was at City, he would be in reserves.
Yes.
And is that a good thing? I don't think that's a good thing, though.
It is what it is, unfortunately.
And if Yama and Pedri was at City, he would be on loan at Cosmos, isn't it? Like
yes.
But who else? But who else besides Barcelona really like injects their academy in as much as they do? Like Real Madrid never has academy kids in their
Barcelona don't have money.
Italian teams
That's why they are forced to use all these players that they're using. You know, they don't have money.
They kind of have to because they're broke all the time.
Yeah, but are you telling me that, let's say, you guys, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you've watched Echeverri. I think Echeverri is good enough to step into the city.
We used to say that guy is too good. You remember?
He could help a lot of our issues. We have passing forward and creativity issues. I think he could help with that. But
even Carl,
has to like Gundogan and Bernardo, and nobody wants to get rid of them, do they?
Because there's the why I'm talking about Carl is Carl watches these Liver Plate kids. Carl, you watched Echeverri, didn't you? I think you watched him in the World Cup.
Yep.
And you said you were impressed by the fact that the kid wasn't even the oldest in the team, but he was taking control of the team. And the way
he was Argentina captain. And then even when I think it was the semi-final, or he even was injured, he was not supposed to play. I think in the final or semi-final, he still came back, played. He's a good player. He was the best player in the age group in South America for that age group. He's the best. He's simply the best. When they played the World Cup, I believe they won it. I think they won it. He was a captain. Hayes was the other captain. So you have two captains, under 21 from South America, and they're on the bench. That's where we're at. The two stars of the other under 17 World Cup a few years ago, the two captains, the two stars, are at our club, and they're on the bench. Yep.
Well, that's because nobody wants to get rid of Gundogan and Bernardo, based on our conversation.
Again, for me, Patrick, I always say, Kelly, for me,
where are they going to play if we don't get rid of those players?
Yeah, I just state the facts. I don't have the answers. Maybe there's a reason why. They're scared that they play these players, they lose control, they lose the game. Still lost 13 games in a row. So whatever it was. So what difference does it make? Might as well try them. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
But realistically, they won't get a chance under this manager unless the players in front of them are removed from the manager.
Yeah,
he will pick them no matter what.
Echeverri is 19 years old. He's going to turn 20 soon. So when are we going to when is he going to be old enough? I'm just asking. When is he going to be old enough?
So
realistically, if Kev is here next season, who's going to play, Kev or Echeverri?
Patrick, maybe when he's 24, that's when he might be ready.
Yeah, I think City fans, this age thing, you should also, because O'Reilly, this is why Chelsea wanted O'Reilly. And without injuries, as Kelster says, we could have never seen Kusanov or O'Reilly. Now you see the injuries come back.
Yeah, and they help turn our season around, and then they get benched for it. Because, as I've said a million times, we have to get rid of players. Or else stop complaining about why these other players aren't playing. They're not playing because Gundogan's playing. They're not playing because Akanji and Diaz are playing. So
yeah, that's how it is. And O'Reilly is simply the reason why you were in an FA Cup final. It's because of O'Reilly. It's because of Nico O'Reilly, believe it or not.
Anyways, I'm gonna go watch the United game. I'll catch you, man.
Yeah, go to. How is the Spurs game though, Mr. Europa? How is the Spurs game?
But Adam, why are you watching the United game? They're not gonna lose. Why are you wasting?
He says he's a United fan.
All right, I don't understand. Why will you go and watch the United game? Like
Spurs haven't scored yet at all.
My friend Kevin, you
should lead. I don't think they need to.
No, Kevin, you should be the last person to talk. You're the same one that said Arsenal were gonna win, so shut up, man.
Because I'm chasing it. You need to understand it.
Shut up, man. Okay.
It's not that one Arsenal to win.
He said he's doing what? He said he's doing what?
He's a liar, Oga. You're a liar.
Wait, he said you were reverse jinxing. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I think it was an entertaining show as always. Even with the football match, 100 of you were still watching. So you must still love us. So anyway,
even the cat thinks Kevin's a fraud.
Yeah, the cat feels Kelvin is a fraud. Yeah, we'll go watch. Anyway, Carl, Adam,
The cat does
Kevin.
not think I'm a fraud because I feed the
What's his
cat,
name?
so she
What's his
loves
name
me
again?
unconditionally.
Conway, isn't it?
Wait,
Conway,
Patrick,
yeah.
where's your cat? Where's your cat?
No,
She's
she's
gone
right.
some-
This is their
she's gone
tail.
somewhere.
She's right here.
She's gone
Kevin,
somewhere.
she don't like Patrick enough.
No. My cat. What's his name? What does it say? Kevin.
With
My
your
cat
cat
has
in the bush again.
my cat has started certain behaviors that are not great. So I'll tell you privately.
Don't tell me that you
You
got
have
a
to
male
phrase
or
it
female.
exactly how you phrased it for me.
It is. But she got neutered. But at the end of the day, she keeps disappearing. So I don't know. I think she's the only female cat in the whole neighborhood.
Adam is saying it. Adam said that they don't like you, Patrick. You need to sort yourself out. They don't like you.
No,
been
if Kelsey's female cat was in my neighborhood, she would do the same. She would disappear too.
I know, but
I don't
Patrick,
want my cat outside. My cat's too old.
Hey, Patrick, you made the worst decision. You had the two. Hey, you had me and Kevin on the show. It was.
Patrick,
Hey, we were always gonna cook you.
Or they are like male or female. Patrick.
Hey, Patrick, lock off the show. How is the show gone turned into now? Yeah, this midget asking about male or female.
Where's the attention that's going to attract? We keep talking
So
about
wait. Hey, Patrick, end the show, man. So the show went from to us.
Somebody said send the cat to Saudi.
Then she'll end up as like mincemeat or something. No.
Hey, Patrick, you see? Hey, Patrick, you see what happens when you have this Kevin guy in the show?
That's so cute. Patrick, is that the stubborn one or the obedient one?
This is the one. She was sleeping, so they woke up, but she that means
she likes to get busy in the bushes.
Then you wonder why the cat is pissed at you. And someone is sleeping, you walk out.
Hey, Kevin, you know one day, you know what's gonna happen?
Would go crazy in the background.
Hey, you know what's gonna happen one day, Kevin? Hey, Kevin, you know what's gonna happen one day? Patrick's gonna wake up looking like Professor Hamza when the cat takes all that hair off him.
Hamza is getting shorter.
I'm scared of cats, man. I'm scared of cats.
Have you seen her face? She's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
The cat is cute, you know. She's great.
Look at how pissed off Kelsey's cat is. She's always angry.
My cat is purring really loudly. That's just her face. She has a resting bitch face. That's just how she. That's how she looks.
Yeah, but big up to all of you guys.
She's a very happy little girl. She's
big up to
crazy.
Big up to all of you. We'll see you next Thursday. This is episode 7. I can't be 8. Oh my god, I can't believe this episode 8. And also, see you on Sunday for the Sunday Blues. I'm pretty sure Carl will be free if he's not doing football training. A lot of people have been asking for Carl to be on camera, Carl, by the way. And Carl, they've been asking for your tactics show.
We love Carl.
Yeah, they've been asking for your tactics show. I was like, wait, he would do a tactics show for you.
I'll definitely have more time. I think from now on, I should have a bit more time. We have a couple of tournaments, some big tournaments coming up, so we've been busy preparing for that. This season, I solved that issue of the goalkeeper, Patrick. But guess what? Guess what? The goalkeeper that I solved has become an incredible goalkeeper.
Wait. So did you keep that other one? The one that was nice. The one that
yeah. The kid plays on the field now, training the player to play on the field. But the goalkeeper that I got, guess what? The top team, the academy team, wants the player now because the player is so good. So I'm losing 4 kids to the academy team.
That's good coaching then.
I lost 3 to the academy team. So yeah,
that is good coaching anyway. Big up to you anyway. So anyway, see you guys later. And guys, enjoy. Who's ever watching the Spurs and United game, wasting their time, enjoy.
Wins tackles! In front! Title winner! Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting.
Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!